The longest cable ferry in the world, the Baynes Sound Connector, has started regular service between Buckley Bay and Denman Island after years of delay. The cable ferry travels close to 2 kilometers in around 10 minutes, at speeds up to 8.5 knots. It carries 50 vehicles and 150 passengers. The $15 million vessel replaces the diesel-run Quinitza, which has served the route for decades. BC Ferries estimate they will save $70 million over its lifespan by cutting labour, maintenance and fuel costs. But Denman Islanders are skeptical of the change.
For a long time, like it was behind schedule or whatever, and then they lost a bunch of cables, and a bunch of people don't like it. A bunch of Islanders don't like it.
Oh, it's an abomination.
The part that really gets me is oh, we're going to save $80 million. I mean, the number of dollars they're going to save, it keeps changing, but I don't see how anybody can stand around with a straight face and say we're going to save $80 million over 40 years. Nobody knows what's going to happen in 2 or 3 years.
So the consultation process has been a disaster. We don't trust them anyway. I don't trust this government in any of their privatization affairs.
Some locals are concerned the cable ferry will impact the yearly herring run, where millions of fish migrate to the Baynes Sound to spawn.
Anywhere from the middle of February till the middle of April is the major herring run. They come down from Alaska. They can go east of Denman. In most cases they do. Sometimes they all come through here, the west side of Denman. And some years they split, a little of this, a little of that. And it's so anywhere in the next little while, there's going to be a major interaction between dozens of big boats, herring skiffs, nets, all kinds of stuff in that area. And what that means as far as the cable ferry goes, we don't know at this point.
Although, not everyone is against the new technology. Some believe it is much more efficient than the previous vessel and better for the marine environment.
It runs really smoothly. We haven't had a cable break, but who knows? That's the only issue I'm a little bit worried about, is the cable might be too small. But the fact is it runs very well in reasonable conditions, and all I can imagine is that it's double the efficiency of the Quinitza. And people who complain about it just complain because it's different. It's not because it's a bad ferry or the engineering's any worse or it's less safe, and that's just because they actually are pretty ignorant of what the real issue is. The real issue is it's twice as efficient, less CO2 emissions, less carbonisation of the ocean, and acidity, and better for the marine environment.
BC Ferry says the vessel has exceeded all of their expectations.
Well, we're certainly reducing our environmental footprint by about 480 tons of CO2, which would be about 100 vehicles approximately taken off the road in a given year. So that's great.
Yet Denman Islanders still have their doubts.
What we're concerned about is reliability. And reliability is the huge issue. If you go to town, you want to make sure you can get home. If your kid goes to town and school, you want to make sure that he's not stranded on the other side.
We understand that basically it's just going to have to take people time to ride the ferry and for us to prove the reliability and dependability of it. So I think the proof is in the pudding, so to speak.
It seems only time will tell whether the Baynes Sound Connector will sink or sail.